I generally do not care what the fuck you do, so long as you don't rape, you don't molest, so long as you don't try to make other people's lives worse. You can like men and be a man. You can like women and be a woman. You can like non-binaries and be a non-binary. Like, I generally don't give a fuck. As long as you respect my nose, as long as you respect other people's nose, as long as you respect other people around me, people I love, people I care about, I generally don't care what your sexual preference is. I generally don't care what your political views are. I generally don't care what your religious views are. As long as your views aren't make everybody else's life way worse because mine sucks, I generally don't fucking give a shit. Do you, booze? Just don't fucking do you on me, especially after I sold that. No, thank you. Like, I'm fine if like you want to be friends with me and stuff like that, but at the same time, when it comes to sexual shit, my bedroom door is only open for females. Now, my door is open to everybody, more or less, because I'll talk to anybody, everybody, but I ain't just about to fuck anybody and everybody. The fuck? Nah, I want a kid eventually. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe those being wants to believe that. I want something. But I don't want men. I only want women. I don't mind having friends of any race, religion, sex, walks of life. I generally don't care what you do aside from raping, molesting, kidnapping, forcing you negative thoughts and opinions on others. So, like I said, if you want to smack your boyfriend's ass, cool. If you want to kiss your boyfriend, cool. If you want to fuck your girlfriend, if you want to, honestly, I don't really even like PDA regardless if it's hetero or homosexual. I'm just like, y'all got privacy for a reason. If y'all ain't got privacy, at the end of the day, I could just fucking, oh my God, now you're not even in my line of sight. I'm not an idiot. I'm just very tolerant of shit. And yes, I do ask a lot of stupid questions. That's because I'm willing to ask questions that most people are like, that's easy to assume that that's what the thought is. But I just want to clarify because a lot of things seem wishy-washy to me. So I just want to make sure that it is 100% what I think it is, not just what I half believe it to be. So therefore, I'm just trying to clarify. I ain't trying to cause any issues. If you ain't willing to clarify the information with me, then I guess either one, the information is wrong, two, you don't know what's going on, or three, you're an asshole that's gatekeeping information and you just don't want me to know. So it's just like, please just be one or two. Because it's fine if you don't know, as well as it's fine if somebody didn't tell you, but if, like, you know, like, why you being a dick? Well, I just generally want to know, and I don't mean like yank my chain and blah this and blah that. And that's why I don't really get jokes per se, because people just like make up fabricated stories that are essentially lies, but be like, I was just kidding, I was just joking. I'm like, isn't a joke something that like everybody gets and everybody laughs? It's just like, I don't know. I feel like, to me personally, a joke is not at expense of others, but that is a joke form, like slapstick comedy. That is a joke form. I'm aware of that, which is why I don't tend to use that joke form, because my slapstick comedy would be, I gave him all his coke because I thought fucking freak him out. I gave him all his ass because I thought, like, my type of jokes would get people killed if I did that type of form of slapstick comedy, which is why I refrain from doing jokes like that. I just try to keep it vocal, because at the end of the day, I can say what the fuck I want to. It's my actions, my demeanor, it's the way that I present myself and the way I am around other people. And I realize I say fucked up shit because I don't do fucked up shit. Now, I can stop saying fucked up shit, but if I start saying fucked up shit, well, y'all better start questioning what the fuck I'm doing. Because I use saying fucked up shit to ventilate through my more fucked up, demented mindset. Like, yes, to the day that I die, even as a child, I used to say some fucked up shit. And to me personally, it's not fucked up. And maybe it's not fucked up to me personally due to the fact that I am an orphan. I come from Haiti. I was adopted by a Caucasian family. I call it a little asylum due to the fact that I was one of 11 disabled people inside the home. Now, my adoptive parents, from their the backgrounds I've been told about them, trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, and it's just generational bullshit passed on to generational bullshit passed on. And with more information, I was able to actually figure out that both of my parents are neurodivergent. And in all reality, in my personal mindset, they should have no rights. There was no way in hell they should have had as many kids as they had. There's no way in hell that they should have been able to take care of us. But at the end of the day, I also realized the way that the system works. I was given the type of life where I could go from rags to riches, or just stay in the rags. Because I was not raised fortunate. I wasn't in a fortunate family, but now I stop and think about it. In comparison to what the life that I could have had, as well as trying to remember all the things that we did have, I was told we were poor. Were we generally poor? Not necessarily. I would say lower middle class, if not higher poor, which I don't know if that makes any sense. Either way, because how I think about it is like, how the fuck were we poor but we had 2 cars? How the fuck were we poor but we always had more or less, food. How the fuck were we poor, but we always had electricity on? How the fuck were we poor and we always, like, we didn't always have, like, the latest new stuff, but the lady did, and that's because she was, well, as adults, of course, they have the funding of the money, and I was just like, at one point in my childhood, I was thinking, I don't think we're poor, I just personally think it's bad money management. And it's fucked up because I'm a fucking child, I don't know shit about nothing, but in my head, I'm just like, I don't know, and I generally feel like we could afford everything, but I don't know where the money's going. I'm not even the best at math, but I figured it's gotta be money management. And I wasn't wrong. Like, most of their arguments were literally her spending the money, him arguing that we can't afford things, and then her just trying to tell her sap story, whatever, somehow flipping it to make him feel like an asshole, and then just all this weight and pressure. So it's just how, in my head, how it breaks down is, stop spending the money. I'm not gonna stop spending the money. I deserve luxurious shit. We can't feed our kids. Well, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna have more kids. I'm just thinking to myself, that's not necessarily how the fuck it went, but that's how the argument is in my head. And just because, like, it's as simple as, if you give a shit about your kids, and you should stop giving a shit about the materialistic shit and trying to be in a societal group that you will never fit into because of, I don't know, the way you married. And from my understanding, like, of their backgrounds, they come from different financial standings. Like, I don't remember what his was, but from my understanding, she did have more of an affluent childhood and maybe teen to adult-ish years. And I feel like she's still trying to live that, but not realizing that they didn't make enough. She didn't have the lifestyle to sustain the lifestyle that she grew up with. And that's just like, he did his best to continue to allow her to sustain what she could, but at the cost of his mental health and possibly some physical things and our fucking well-being. So it's just like, at the end of the day, I do give her more gripe than I do him, because it does take two to tangle. But I've always seen him as the one that helped out, where she was just like, I want more shit. What about the kids? What about the dogs and the birds and the shit that you want and you don't fucking take care of? So what's the point of you wanting more? Because, and the most the biggest hypocrisy that she would always say is to one of my, actually, who was the eldest? The eldest, Daniel, would be like, something about needs and wants, and she's like, you always get your needs and wants confused. You don't need this, you want this. And, like, at the time, I wasn't really aware that she was the reason why the fucking money was never fucking in the accounts and stuff like that. So it's literally, you are projecting your things onto him, and you'll tell him no when nobody tells you no. But if somebody tells you no, you say, you can't tell me no. And I'm just like, it was before I even knew what the fucking narcissist was. She definitely had something wrong with her, and then she raised me. I learned a lot from a lot of people, but the fact of the matter is, I don't feel as if I was raised. I feel like I was supervised, more or less. I could have done anything I wanted to, and I'm not even fucking kidding you when I say that shit. But it just sounds like it's kidding, because I didn't live that life, so you must be making it up. I fucking wish. I wish I was lying. But no, I live in a fucking interesting life, and that's why I say fucked up shit, because in my world, it was never fucked up. You all think it's fucked up because you grew up in a different world than I did. We just share a worldview. At the end of the day, I could do a lot more fucked up shit. But like I told you, I'll just say fucked up shit. And if I stop saying fucked up shit, don't be questioning where I'm at.